Hi, my name is Robert Amond. I'm running for town supervisor with my two friends, Bill McKee and Christian Reddick, who are running for town board. Together, we'd like to make a majority of the administration and concentrate on your needs, not the needs of the favored few. We'd like to spend your money wisely, getting the lowest cost and the highest quality value for your dollar. I want to point out some glaring problems that I've noticed over the last 4 months while I've been examining how this town is run. First thing I'd like to point out is the project they undertook in Spring Valley. This was under the guise of flood control. Now I went down there to take a look at the Spring Valley area. It's in Huntington Hills, an exclusive rich community. And by the way, Miss Aldersley is a member of that community. She was elected to the town board 1.5 years ago. There's a friend of theirs down there who lives at the end of one of those private drives, whom they appointed to the conservation board. Now, I'm going to point out something here. On Hoffman Road, where they said the flooding was going on in Conifer Lane, I ran across the Democrat and Chronicle delivery gentleman who'd been delivering papers for 18 years. He's been there in rain and shine, all different weather, floods, this and that. And he said even at the highest rain capacity, it only flooded at the very end of Hoffman Road, an 870-foot long road in Hoffman Road, the last 60 feet. Now, I have no idea why they spent 12 months raising and building basically 2 major highways on Hoffman and Spring Valley. 870 foot one way, 880 foot the other. Conifer Lane is completely private. And like I said, there was no reason. They just needed to put some bigger tubes in at the end of Hoffman Road. Now, we can see at the end of Conifer, there's a person there at 125 named Stephen Grieve. There's his mailbox. By the way, it's kind of ironic. There's a newspaper from the paper delivery guy. There's Stephen Grieve's name off the website yesterday on the bottom there. All terms good till December 31st. And I asked Ms. Heyman in a meeting in front of the Chief of Police and Mr. Malgieri and the others if there was anybody on Conifer Lane who was part of the town in some way, a board or what have you. Denied it 3 times until she finally admitted it. Marty admitted it and told her to say it. She admitted it, so I don't know what they were hiding. And in the end, I asked her how he got on that board. I just thought of that question. How did he get on the board? They appointed him. The board did. Aldersley, Heyman, Evans, Bellow, and Perticone. Very interesting. So here's the person that lives at the end of Conifer Lane, one of 3 homes at the end of this long, private, exclusive, rich area. Up in the hills here, their houses were never in danger of flooding. Yet they decided to give themselves a brand new private road at our expense. Private property, no trespassing, and they had to put their own sign up there because it's a private drive. In fact, you can go down there now, but you can't go on it because you're not allowed to even go on there, even though you built it with your money. There's a little close-up of the private property sign so you can see. Look, they must think we're stupid. They must think we don't have common sense. Okay, I know when I'm being taken, and I personally don't like it. And this is a reason why things are getting done in your neighborhood, why your streets have potholes, while no one cares about you. Why the curbs are broken, the trees aren't taken care of. All the things that need to be done, the sewers, aren't being done because they're helping friends at the end of an exclusive rich development. You know, they went ahead and I went around all of Irondequoit in the last 2 months, visited thousands of people, literally thousands of people. And I have to tell you, I have a feeling this town government is neglecting a large portion of East Irondequoit, especially the southeast quadrant of Irondequoit. These houses and these streets along that area, public works-wise, in my opinion, are being sorely neglected. You can see they went ahead and did Hoffman Road. Looks like a private highway, better than 590. I don't know what they were thinking. We all know how 590 went. I have my own opinion about that. I think they screwed that right up. I've talked to all the emergency workers, police, firemen, ambulance workers, and it's too narrow. They said they can't get around during an emergency. Curb's too high, too sharp, it's not rounded. I don't know what they're going to do, but they did a better job on Hoffman than they did over there at 590. Unfortunately, it's only to benefit a few people. They took all the town trucks, materials, labor, and went down the road, turned the corner, and went onto another private drive who needed to have that road done. Spring Valley Drive. And what's it say up there? Private and private property, in case you missed it. Again, this is ludicrous. They're spending your tax dollars to help a few favored friends under the guise of flood control during a recession. after they jacked the budget 6.4% and bonded another 1.5 million. Unacceptable. This type of gratuitous spending has to end. We need someone who's going to go to bat for you and do projects in your neighborhood, affecting thousands of people, not 7. Now, another interesting point I'd like to make is another drive, another street that was redone. And it's something quite interesting about that. Mary Ellen Jones is a politician. She worked for this region for years in the state legislature, I believe. And she's a friend of Marilyn Hayman's. Well, she went around and got all these signatures for Miss Hayman to get her on the ballot. There's her name. June 14th was when she finished getting all these petitions. She got the most of anybody. And the next day, or the couple days after, Marty from the Department of Public Works sent a bunch of trucks down there with some asphalt and labor and redid her entire road with asphalt. Not the oil and stone job you and I get. Okay, she's not going to have rusty fenders because she's driving on something that's more like a billiard table. Over around the corner from me, they use the oil and sharp stone method, thousands of tiny sharp stones ricocheting off the underside of my old pickup, my beautiful old pickup, putting a bunch of dings in the paint and turning it into a rust bucket next winter when salt hits it. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. I mean, it's a little too much coincidence for me. You can draw your own conclusion. Ask yourself this. Do you think these things seem proper? The final example I have to make is, remember Pine Grove and all those bids that were put forth by LaBella and all those mistakes that were made? Now look, I've talked to probably 4,000 or 5,000 people in Irondequoit, and I've only met a handful that think those mistakes were real. People are entitled to their own views. Well, look at this. This is a most egregious example. This was the parking lot, okay, that they wanted to redo for $500,000. And I brought it to their attention via email before the meeting with LaBella even took place. In fact, I outlined every egregious bid they had, or quote they had, and they failed to even raise that objection. I wonder why. It's still a total mess. They haven't even bothered to fix it up. Miss Hayman had told me originally she would do that with a few loads of asphalt and some town trucks, and instead entertain the idea of spending $500,000 of your money to make somebody very wealthy. We look at, remember the $200,000 sidewalk job they wanted to do. You can see the sidewalks mint. They wanted to, quote, jackhammer and re-pour all these sidewalks, I guess, for $200,000. Okay, unbelievable. I mean, this facility is gorgeous. Pine Grove is 13,000 square feet brick building on a nature preserve of 42 acres. And they were looking to spend about over $1 million, $1.5 million on absolute nonsense. And of course, there's how can we forget the patio in the back that they said was all hole marked and dangerous. You can see it's like the day it was poured with a few hairline cracks. And I gave them a tube of caulk from Home Depot for $6 to run between the lines so it looks nice. These are some examples. There are many more, believe me. These are some examples of why nothing is getting done in our town. Why we don't have the same amenities Pittsford and Brighton have. While we're being left behind and families are leaving our good town, we have a beautiful town. I'm very proud of Irondequoit. I'm proud of the people that I can call my friends and neighbors. And I want to get in there and work for you. Bill, Christian, and myself look forward to taking on the tasks to benefit the many, not the favored few. We ask you to vote for us on September 15th in the Democratic primary. We ask for your vote, we ask for your confidence, and we look forward to helping you in any way we can. Thank you.